Hi, I'm John and this is Foxlow Academy. Becoming a professional photographer literally changed my life. Every photographer's worst fear is losing a client's photos, and rightly so. I've been shooting professionally for around 12 years, and during that time I've never lost a client shoot, and I fully intend to make sure that that never happens. I'm going to keep this video pretty short, but that doesn't mean that it's not incredibly important. Losing your clients' images will damage your reputation, it will ruin trust, and it will upset your clients, and it definitely won't win you any referrals or recommendations. It could also result in negative reviews, which is definitely not something you want happening on Google or social media. There's so many ways to keep your images backed up, keep them safe, and if you ask another photographer, they will tell you a completely different way to do it. So this isn't meant to be like the definitive guide to how to back up and keep your images safe, but it is the way that I do it in 2021 to keep all my client images safe. And that reminds me of my favourite photographer joke, which is, how many photographers does it take to change a light bulb? 100. One to do it and 99 to say how they do it differently. That very much applies to this. You'll have photographers who recommend swear by RAID technology and that kind of thing. I like to keep things more simple than that, and in this video I'm going to talk you through my process and how I do it. So before we get into the main content of the video, where I talk you step by step through how I back up my client images, let me know in the comments below what techniques you're currently using or what backup solutions you use. So step 1. If your camera has the ability to do so, shoot with 2 SD cards at the same time. I currently shoot with a Sony a7 III, and that has dual SD card slots, which means I can shoot 2 sets of images simultaneously. I like to have it set so that I shoot 2 copies of my RAW files, so if one fails, I know I've still got another copy with all of the original files on it on the other SD card. Step 2 is that immediately after every shoot I download the photos. That gets downloaded onto a solid state drive. I use the Samsung 1TB Evo SSD, and I much prefer using solid state external hard drives. SSD is just a bit safer, there's no mechanical moving parts, so if I put it in a bag and it gets a knot, there's less chance of it getting damaged as with a traditional hard drive with spinning parts. Being studio based as well means that I also have the advantage of this. No cards, no SD cards ever leave the studio, so it means there's much less chance of them going in a pocket, going out somewhere and getting lost. Step 3, I also download from that same SD card a copy of the images onto the Mac Mini that lives at the studio. So at this point I now have 4 copies of the images immediately after the shoot. There's 2 on SD cards, there's 1 on the Samsung external hard drive, and there's 1 on the Mac Mini. So I know that there's no chance I'm going to lose all 4 copies of the images straight after the shoot. If you're finding this content useful, give us a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Step 4 is cloud storage. So the external hard drive is set to upload images into the cloud. I use BACKBLAZE. There are various different cloud storage solutions you can use. I found BACKBLAZE to be very affordable and also very reliable. It automatically just uploads any new files into the cloud. If a hard drive failed, I can just download the images back from BACKBLAZE. They're not sponsoring the video. At the moment we don't have any sponsors for the videos, so it's just a genuine recommendation. At this point I have 5 copies of all of my images. 2 on SD cards, 1 on an external hard drive, 1 on the Mac Mini, and 1 backed up in the cloud via BACKBLAZE. So it's at this point that I feel comfortable to format my SD cards and get on with my next shoot. Once the client has ordered their photos, I've ordered their products, and it's all received, I've still got 3 copies at this point, but this is the point where I'm not so worried about keeping multiple copies. I keep all of my RAW files as well as my edited files from each shoot. At this point I can go through the Mac Mini, which I do periodically, and start deleting files that are no longer needed on there. My clients ordered their images, everything's been delivered, it's all finalised and finished. So that's my basic system. It's not overly complicated, it doesn't require in-depth knowledge of RAID systems and loads of technological knowledge. It's very, very simple. SD cards onto an external hard drive, back up on the Mac Mini, everything backed up to the cloud. It's a very, very bulletproof system. I've never lost images. It's belt and braces, but it makes me feel safe and secure knowing that I'm not going to lose a client's images. I don't want anyone to be upset. I don't want the drama of having lost images, and I can't imagine anything worse than having to contact a client and saying, I'm really sorry, we're going to have to reshoot. I hope this has been useful. If it has, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button on the video so other people know that it's worth watching, and don't forget to let me know in the comments below how you back up your images. See you next time.